Hello everyone and welcome back to Proof Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at a Druid support build, Druid being the elite spec of the Ranger profession. I have done Ranger gameplay videos before, and I have also done a Druid one before, but with all the updates, and patches going through, a lot of things have changed with the Druid, so I thought I might as well update it. And this build is a little bit different from my other one, and it's actually another character. I think my last Druid one was actually a Norn character. This one is a female Safari. I still have that Norn character, just if anyone's wondering. I didn't delete them. This is actually my 15th character, my 15th and pretty much final one for quite a while. But I digress. Anyway, today we're going to be taking a look at my Druid build that I have been working with. This is actually very closely related to the meta battle one that you can find on metabattle.com. I was going to make this another one of those meta battle testing ones, but I couldn't bring myself to like the gameplay of it, so I changed a couple things around, not too much at all. I really just changed I changed 2 of the skills and a couple, 2 of the traits that you take. But other than that, it pretty much is the same exact build. So, let's get started. We're going to be taking staff and longbow. Now, in the meta battle one, you don't take longbow, you take sword and dagger. I also play with that. I've been playing with that as well in other games. But for this one, I find longbow is a lot better for staying at ranged, because I don't really want to be getting into the thick of things. And plus this provides great CC, cripple, and some just nice flat damage. So that's why I'm taking that instead of the sword and dagger. Now we're going to move into our sigils, as we usually do. Sigils, then to runes, and then to amulets, and to our specs. First for our staff, sigil air, just for the lightning strike, and sigil blood for the health steal. Sigil energy for the 25% endurance when you swap with that weapon, and sigil leeching, next attacks for the health steal when you switch to this weapon. And then we're going to take Rune of the Doliac for the toughness, vitality, and regeneration of health. You can also switch this out for something a little bit more supporty if you want to go that route, but as this is very closely related to the meta battle build, I want to stick with Rune of the Doliac. And it's great for survivability, so might as well. And next, Mender's Amulet. Great for power, precision, not precision, healing power. Power and precision, oh my god, I keep saying power, precision, I apologize. Power and healing power, it's great because we're going to be doing a lot of flat damage and healing with the staff, but the precision is nice for extra crits, and vitality is great for survivability, and just more health, so that translates to survivability. And now let's just move into the specs. I'm not really going to explain myself too thoroughly as they do on the meta battle website. So you can go check those out. I think I just said meta battle. Meta battle. There's an L in there, guys. Nature magic. First one we're taking is nature magic. And the first one I take is instinctive reaction. Then I take vigorous training. And then I take protective ward. So those are the 3 I take for nature magic. The second one I'm taking is beast mastery. And I'm taking resounding timber, natural healing, and zephyr speed. Really nice for mostly pet stuff. I know this is a shout, really only for the healing, but the swiftness and regen is really nice. And then into druid, the main beefy spec of this whole entire build revolves around. Ooh, someone's running across the screen. Hello. Anyway, this is the druid. First one I'm taking is primal echoes for swapping 2 staff to get that daze. Dazes are always nice. And then I take verdant etchings. This is for extra healing. On the meta battle website, you take celestial shadow and druidic clarity, and this is for the celestial avatar stance. For that specific build on the website, it's heavily focused around the celestial avatar. For my playstyle, I like to go into it, but it's not something I do constantly. I go into it for extra support when needed, but sometimes I just like to stick with our main form, so that's why I took this instead of the other ones. And it's much more comfortable for me. And next I take Ancient Seedings. I take this for an amazing Immobilize. The Immobilize is always amazing, especially when you strike a stunned, dazed, knocked down, or launched foe. It summons roots to entangle them. And whenever you swap to staff, you will daze them. So if you can daze them and then quickly hit them, Ancient Seeds will come and attack them. If the cooldown is off, if the ability is off cooldown, it does have a 10-second cooldown. Lingering Light is also a possibility, but I'm not taking that for now. It is, it still is a very nice support trait, so you can take that as well. 12-second cooldown. And Graze the Land is still an amazing, amazing trait. But this, I see this being played more in PvE raids, so we're going to leave that for the raiding section. But saying this is a PvP build video, we're going to take Ancient Seedings. So those are the all. Oh, and then we almost forgot our healing and utility. We heal as one. Take the shout because the website said to. And plus, it gives us, we copy our boons. We also get regen and swiftness because of that trait. Next, I'm taking Signet of Stone to improve our toughness, which means we're getting less damage. And then if we activate it, we'll take no damage whatsoever, but we will still be vulnerable to condition damage. Next, Glyph of Equality. Nice for daze. So this and the switching to the staff both apply dazes. So if you daze them and you hit them, those Ancient Seeds will pop up and ruin someone's day. And next I take Glyph of Tides. I believe this was something else. I think it was another signet on the website, but I just couldn't resist taking Glyph of Tides because of the knockback, especially if you're on a point. You just knock them back and you ruin their day, hopefully. And plus nice damage with the verdant etchings. And next I take Glyph of Unity. This will tether yourself to nearby foes, and whenever you take damage, they take some damage as well. So not really a survivability thing, but more of an extra damage, or like it's like a chastise ability. Like you hit me, I'll hit you. More like revenge. And the website, you were supposed to take Strength of the Pack, which is also a shout, but I decided to go with Glyph of Unity. And of course, with the Celestial Avatar mode, everything is really swapped. So instead of dazing your foes, you're going to break a stun. And for Glyph of Tides, instead of pushing them back, you're going to draw them in. And then instead of tethering to enemies, you're going to tether to allies and heal them whenever you are healed. So that was basically the rundown of my build. Nothing too in-depth, but you can read the traits and, yeah, just the traits. You can read the traits yourself if you'd like. So yeah, now let's transition over onto some gameplay. Hope you guys enjoy. Hello everyone, and today it's going to be another one of those. I did the gameplay and then I'm going to narrate over it while I watch it. So hopefully I can do a decent job at explaining what I'm doing. First off, I forgot to mention the pets I'm running. I'm running the Bristleback, and I think it's the Smoke Scale. It's the one that like turns into smoke. I think that's the name. I'm like 99% sure it's the Smoke Scale. So those are the ones I'm using. So here I'm just using Ancestral Grace, which I'm pretty sure that's Ancestral Grace, the 3 skill on the staff to get to point to mid to get to mid quicker. I gotta be honest, spoiler alert here, I don't do so well. It was my fault. I should have at least stayed behind and waited for my team. I am no tank. I do not take things well. So I end up dying here. It's very, very sad. I died in the first couple seconds of the game, so just to show you how OP I am. Thankfully, this does not continue, so don't worry. But I did die quite miserably in the very, very beginning. So here, when I was playing this, I'm like, okay, you gotta get your head in the game. So I decide to Ancestral Grace down the path and try to get to home, because I see that people are getting attacked at home. And when I play my druid, I try to go where people are. I don't like to, well, as a druid, I think as a blanket statement, you should not be alone, or you should try not to be alone if you can. If you're trying to hold a point, I understand. But if you see someone who needs help and is on a point, an ally, I always suggest going to help them, because you are a healer, or at least this specific build, you are a primary healer. So don't neglect your allies. So I see there's this guardian. I try to chase him. He ends up getting away. I Ancestral Grace just try to chase him. I immobilize him for a little bit, and then the Mesmer comes along, so that's not fun. Like, oh gosh, I don't want to have to deal with a Mesmer. So I try my best to use Longbow 3 to get some stealth. I realize that there's not a lot of allies here, so I back off a little bit, and then I think I'm going to use Ancestral Grace to escape. So I escape. I realize that there is another person coming along, so I'm like, oh wait, maybe we can actually do this. So we start heading back to mid to hopefully win the fight. And yeah. Another thing, always use 2 whenever it's on cooldown, off cooldown, so you can get more healing. I use my Glyph of Tides to push people off, and I see this is actually really fun because Mesmer uses his down skill 2, and I'm like, oh yeah, literally, and my friend are like, oh yeah, they implemented that thing where you can select another target mid cast. So I'm like, oh, there's another person down, perfect. So I got that other enemy down, and then the Mesmer ended up dying just from physical attacks. So here I'm just checking to see if no one's going to mid. I think it's here when I say, yeah. Here I'm like, I don't feel good leaving mid by itself. And so I saw an ally coming. So I was like, okay, perfect opportunity. It was the thief. She ends up running away. I thought about chasing her, but I was like, it's not worth it. Gotta stick with an ally just in case anybody comes from those paths right next to the point. Thankfully, no one does. We get this point, and then we continue on with the match. So far, we are leading by quite a bit. So at this point, I'm not worried whatsoever in this match. But I know the secret to Forest Niflhel is to always get the beasts. Always kill the beasts. They give you so much points, and they give you, I think, point modifiers or damage modifiers, I believe. Either one. All I know is that they're beneficial. They won't hurt you anyway. Actually, here when I was doing this, I'm like, this wouldn't be any good game. This wouldn't be good gameplay if I didn't go into Avatar Celestial mode. So I was like, let's go into Celestial mode just to show it off. I think this is like one of the only times I actually go into this specific mode in the gameplay. I know, I still have to get used to using it, but thankfully I did use it. I think I used it fairly well. Got some more healing, and used the stun. In Celestial Avatar mode, the third skill is great. It's a very large AoE heal, and it stuns everyone in the area. And just get over here to get to Svanir. And yeah, we go over, get Svanir, immobilize him. Always use 4 on the beasts, especially Svanir, because he will charge you. And to mitigate or just completely stop him from charging you, immobilize him. Here I start using, if you could see there, I used my daze on my 8th skill, and then immediately after I attacked him, if you notice if you go back, you'll notice that it actually does trigger Ancestral Seeds. That was it. And right there, I was contemplating whether or not to go to mid or to go help out at the beast. I decided to go help out the beast because I'm like, you know, it's going to be a lot quicker. Just in case anyone's there, I can heal up my teammate and hopefully get more chance of a kill. So I went over there, killed him. It was a lot quicker too, so then we could both go to mid. So we start making our way down to mid. I have to admit, Druid Staff 3 provides an amazing mobility spell. And here I see there's a ranger. I use my 5th skill. It's that wall that turns projectiles into healing bolts. So I was like, you know what? That's a perfect opportunity. So I used it, and that ranger didn't seem to notice, and they just kept firing. So they hopefully healed a couple of my teammates. Here they go down, and I finish them off, and we get mid. At this point in the game, I knew there's no coming back from this. I'm like, this is the game. So, spoiler alert, we won. If you couldn't tell that already. But it's getting down to the final moments of the game. Final moments of the game were actually pretty funny when I was recording this. I was actually first, which I was very surprised. Here, one of the people on Red. They go, this is our point. And I'm like, oh, well. I was really sloppy here because I was typing in fine. So I'm just like, fine. So I tried to run away. I wasn't really trying to fight because I knew I really couldn't hold my own against a thief. So I was like, let's just let him kill me. They're going to lose anyway. That was always fun. See, you can have fun in a PvP match. So that was the game, guys. We're gonna cap it and get to 500 pretty much right now. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe for more content. Like the video if you liked it, and comment below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Coof out. Bye. Peace.